welcome to FLO. Now we will show you how to investigate the results of a Monte-Carlo simulation within Microsoft Excel environment. And first of all, we see here, a Monte-Carlo simulation that have been performed previously. And what we have to do is to store the results, and in continuation that the result will be stored within a new Excel workbook, which can be analyzed using FLO. So we can choose another variable. He has been to use the NPV variable. We will choose the operating cash flow, and we see here the distribution. We can say we can change here the number of bins. Probably it makes sense to use only 45 bins for the investigation of that histogram. We see here a lot of statistics for each of the variable selected for the variable. We see here it's in German the corresponding Excel formulas. And where come the data from? Well, you see here on summary, an extensive summary of all the data, of all the results from the inputs and the outputs, considering the best, real case, worst case, kurtosis, and then we have several quantiles that will be displayed. And here we have all the data for each iteration concerning our input and also output variables. And we have here also sensitivity analysis. What we can do is now to investigate if the correlation that have been defined previously between the price per unit and the volume has been taken into account in the Monte-Carlo simulation. So we will choose unit costs as one, and we'll see also the volume, and we will calculate the correlation, and we will see, we have to choose it here. So the unit cost and the volume, and now we'll make a correlation, and we'll see here the negative relationship between both variables. Here we see also on the tornado graph which variables influence on the determination of the volume result. We see here some output variables, and very interesting are the corresponding input variables. So now we choose another one. We see here on the NPV, as we have seen previously here on that model, that the most significant input variable is here the project cost and also the volume variable, and the same could be observed here also for the tornado chart, which has been using pure Excel functions. So the main characteristic of the workbook is that we can interact between the workbook and the model. So we can now use, we would like to load the iteration number 12 within the model, and we see here that we have an NPV of 79,000 using real numbers and not only functions. And if we go to the corresponding data sheet at iteration number 12, we see here an NPV for 79,000, and here we see also the corresponding value of 79,000 for the NPV. So the other option that we have here with FLO is that you can interchange all the input and output calculations between the result workbook and the model. And I hope that now you have an understanding how FLO works with the corresponding result workbook. Thank you very much for your patience. Goodbye.